From our last 2 masterclass videos with Mathias, you are already now a professional badminton player. But we're gonna take it a step up by mastering the hardest part, which is the art of the jump smash. So break this down in 3 parts. We're gonna do the classic center full jump smash, the side jump smash on our forehand side, and then the side jump smash on our overhead. And then we're gonna put it together in a game, as always. Okay, let's start.
Classic jump smash. What you wanna do is when you get built up for the smash, you wanna keep the position a little bit behind the shuttle. So actually right now you visualize that the shot is coming here. Why? You wanna hit it here, so you're forward after. If you hit it too much up like this and I land, I tilt backwards, and that's not what I want to do. If I want to go in for the winner, I want to hit it. My opponents can only, if at all, get it over, then it would be something in front of me. So the position is, you go a little behind, your body, your shoulders is a little bit tilted this side, then you want to bend your knees, and then you want to try and elevate, go up. Once you are up in the air, you want to lift your heels up, so your body actually turns in to a bow. And then when you hit, you are going forward like this. Yes, show it without.
Show us.
I'll show it without a shuttle, then Alex will show with the shuttle.
Okay, sure.
So here, I have this position I've built up for something. Go like this.
You actually jump higher than I thought you would.
And as you can see, we talked about deception, all these things. Here, you just want to create as much power as possible, and then you would hit either straight, body, or cross, and then you just want to stumble forward and try and get ready for the next one, which will be a kill.
Okay, so the goal is maximum power.
Maximum height, maximum power.
All right, should I give it a try?
Yes.
Cool. Without bird? That was actually not that much power. One more, I got this.
One more. Okay. The timing towards looks good. What you need to do more is more bow. Yeah? So when you jump straight with the legs. It needs to be, drag your legs back, then you get more power.
So what does that look like when I'm just jumping? It's like this, right?
Yeah, that's better. When you did it before, it was just with stretched legs.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Okay.
Also important here, when you're doing it, then after, it's kind of like a dead zone for you. You hit it, and then you move. You need to hit it. Then when you land, you need to shoot off.
Okay. There's a constant explosiveness.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so.
Power, up.
Explosive.
Power, forward. Yes, exactly.
Ooh. Let's try it with a shuttle.
Yep. Good. Nice.
How is it?
I think it was quite good, actually.
It feels very like I feel like I'm jelly.
Yeah. At your level yet, it's the most efficient shot selection because the body is, as you say, a little bit all over.
Yeah.
But that's make it so complex. But that's why we have practice. That's why we can do it like an exercise like this. Anyone can just do a service, so we can practice it a little bit and then learn to master it.
Yeah.
You need to hit the shuttles thousands of times in order to master this, especially this difficult stroke. So, you know, everything has a beginning.
What is an acceptable version of a jump smash for more recreational players?
I feel the most important is to see if we can go up and get it as high as possible and then create that angle so we are also more like dangerous on the next one because we can push forward. That I think is the most important thing to do that. And it's also going to be illustrated in the next exercise where it's not focused so much about this clean, but more come out and break the shuttle, as I said, like not break the shuttle, but break the pace of the shuttle. We'll try to do that.
Let's do it.
Now we're going to do it like more double specific, where we want to see if we can intercept, as we learned in the previous attacking videos. We want to get it early and we want to get it fast, and we do that by jumping.
Okay.
So, situation where we're getting it on the smash. So, I'll be here, I'll be jumping out and do like that. Same in the backhand. I'm also not going to do the scissor movement because in doubles we sometimes see if we want to intercept before we have time to change the foot position into this scissors movement. So I want to catch it here. So this one in the around the head situation, move a little, would be like that.
So earlier, the classic jump smash, we didn't demo you hitting the shot, otherwise you'll fly to space.
Yes.
This one, can you demo for us?
I'll just check the ceiling height. I think it will go. Let's do it.
Look at this, guys. I'm milking so much content for you guys. Like, I'm not afraid to get this information for you.
Can you feed?
If you appreciate it, please support us by joining our YouTube memberships. Okay. That's okay.
I haven't done this for, I think, 6 years. Nice.
He's trying to kill me. He doesn't want us to film more videos for you guys, so he's trying to finish me now. One thing I realized the difference between you and me is that when I'm jumping, my momentum is being carried still.
Yeah.
But for you, even though it's side jump, your momentum's very stable.
This about staying in balance all the time, because rarely it's just a winning shot. You always need to prepare for the next shot and be ready for the next shot. That means if you're hitting it and then falling out of the court, all your opponents have to do is just get it over in some way, then they have won the point.
Okay.
So you want to stay in balance all the time. So you never hit harder or wilder or more cross, then you can be in position for the next one. I would not go on something like this and hit hard and then fall out. If I'm like really moving quickly sideways or jumping, I would still adjust the stroke, and then I can just say, hey, I would just go with an angled one instead. So I just hit it slower with more angle, so I have more time to recover and get back into court.
Right. So, Coach Rashid and Coach Hakeem, are you guys in good shape?
Yes.
Yes? I'm curious.
Let's
try
try
to see the people who are in shape do it.
Let's try. If we do this as a professional, when I was in shape, you would do it with a multi of 20, and then you would keep taking turns, do it at least 6, 7 times. Good.
So young, so powerful.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
realized one thing. He makes a similar mistake to me, is his momentum is not stable.
And when you saw in the end, especially in the round the head situation, because the legs got tired, the timing was off. So he almost landed while hitting. It needs to be exactly when you're at the top, you hit it to create more power. Because if you jump, land, and then hit, it's just a dead zone.
Right.
So this is what happens when you're tired. Your legs, your mind is not tired. Your legs are tired, so your mind is telling your legs, elevate, but the legs are not responding because you are like jammed out. And then that's where you make the stupid decisions in badminton of going for something, and that's where you make the mistake. So this about understanding that now I'm tired, now I'm not gonna hit it through my opponents. Here, I'm just gonna build up a smash waiting for a better chance. It's very important. So perfect illustration.
So one thing we are demoing, but one thing that's happening in a lot of these demos is you gotta read between the lines for a lot of this information. So we saw how Mathias did it, we saw how I did it, we saw how Hakeem did it. Rashid, we're gonna see how you do it now. And then after, I'm gonna try one more time. And I feel like I'm gonna do it a lot better.
Nice,
Okay.
let's do it.
Let's see yours, Rashid. Yeah.
Come, one single jump in the backhand, jump, jump, jump. Yes, that's it.
He's more in position,
Jump.
but he's not being as
Jump.
explosive. So
Jump,
it
yeah.
seems like it's really important to have the balance of being in
Come.
balance and having explosiveness. That's the most important thing. I'm gonna do it one more time, and look, I'm gonna show you what I've learned. More in balance, but not as explosive.
I think the balance was struggling a little bit this side.
Yeah.
And that is also the most difficult part. It's to transition because we're used to always do that. That's why it's such a good mix-up. If we all of a sudden is jumping directly out and take it early instead of always doing the round the head. Again, that's a change of pace.
Right.
It's also deception. It's body deception or footwork deception. So very important, that's why we practice it. But you would see both single player and double players jump out, taking it early, going for the kill.
Mathias, so I watched you guys all do it now, and I've learned something. I want to show you what I've learned, okay? You guys, did you see me do it at the beginning or no? You saw it? Watch me now. I'm a different man. I've learned.
Nice.
Should I just put this in my pants? That's probably okay. You guys see the improvement? Wait, it's gonna be even better. Give me your support. Woo! Okay, let's go. Okay. Oh shoot. I'm not. One thing, the most important thing I learned about watching all of this is it's the balance of balance and power.
Yeah.
Too much like Hakeem has so much explosiveness, but not that much balance.
The timing is off. The timing is off.
Rashid was more imbalanced because he moved slower, but not enough power. So if we just combine those, that's what a great jump smash is.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Now that we have a better idea how to jump smash, let's see how we can apply that to the game and some obstacles that might arise from that.
Yes.
You got a jump smash here, Mathias.
Yeah.
Relying on you.
Yeah.
I was out of balance.
Yeah. Come, this one. Perfect.
Nice. All right, good stuff. Let's go.
Yeah, nice.
So now you've mastered the art of jump smash. It's time to go humiliate your opponents. Just kidding. If you guys enjoyed this video and you're ready for so much more, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, check out Mathias' channel, and stay tuned for the next one.